Okay, we still have a few people trickling in, but let's start going over. Oh, there's Priya. Priya, why are you here? Okay, let's just see about that. Okay, she did figure it out. Sorry, I had someone coming from period 2 and period 4. It's like, that's weird. Okay. So something else I'm trying out is putting your pictures right above my camera on my second screen to try and keep my eye line a little closer to you. I know it's a little boring when I'm always looking off to the left or I'm always looking up at my monitor. So I'm trying to keep it closer to being directly to you because I know that really helps in terms of delivery of ideas. Okay, Mr. Fasenko, Ms. Hill, Mr. Selden, I just got. Right, okay. So just going over our schedule for today is our agenda. We have a warm up in Canvas. It's pretty simple. We are going to review U4L3 variables practice. Did everyone make it through U4L3? Anybody not make it through U4L3? The reason I ask this is I have found, oh, look, here's Dakota. We better wait for her. Can't tell if she's made it in. Okay, Dakota, we're just going over the start. We just went over review U4L3 variables practice, what everyone did for homework. Okay, all I'm saying is that the video that is going to help you today is the U3 or U4L3 Circle 11. It's the last app in there. It's a ticket taking app. All right. Hang on, we need to let her out in. So if right now you go into your module and you look at last class's module, it has a little thing in there that says all the videos for U4L3. If you open that up and click on the video 11 for circle 11, that is probably going to, that's my best help for building this app, because those are examples of buttons that are made using variable counting and variable string concatenation. We'll get to that. Interims are coming on the 15th. Make sure to get any old work into me by Friday. That is Friday tomorrow. I have to get all my grades organized and submitted, so I can't be taking too much new assignments or stuff that's old. So get those in if you can. If you are missing your Unit 3 app, please do whatever you can. Talk to your friends, talk to me. I have sent you multiple emails and I am going to be at this help session this afternoon. There is a help session this afternoon between 2:50 and 3:20. I believe this is it. Okay, this is Mrs. Rudnick's, but I am going to be there to help out. Your U3 app is going to be a big part of your grade. So I want to make sure that you have that, all right? It's also going to give you the foundations to build this app. So let's do this together. There is going to be a quiz on Monday. It's just 3 questions. It's just a little something to give us a status check. Oh, shoot, I sent that to Colin. Sorry, here is the link for this session, okay? This is 2:50 to 3:30 today. If you need help making this app, if you need help making your U3 app, what I'm saying is if you have not submitted your U3 app by Friday, don't worry. I will take that until Monday, but let me know, okay? Let me know that you're bringing it, all right? I want to let everyone get that app in. So Patrick, you just came in. I'm saying it's the interim. Everything is due by Friday. If you do not have a U3 app, please reach out to me. I will extend. You can have until Monday to get that in, but I need that by early Monday. I have to turn all my grades in on Tuesday. It's really causing me trouble to do this, but I want you all to succeed. So please, please let me help you. I can't help you unless you help yourself and reach out to me. All right, due today is just the warm up and any assignment from U3 that are past due. Our objective today is that you will be able to recognize and create programming patterns with variables as part of developing a functioning app. Just to note, with the fabulous hour of code that's being displayed, that is in, hang on, if I get us out of here, if you go to Canvas, go into announcements for our class, here is the link. So join the computer science department for an hour of coding fun on Friday, December 11th, tomorrow, during 5th period advisory. The Zoom link is here. We will have all levels of coding and fun and easy to more complex programming in Python. That's in announcements. I can put this in the chat. All right. Let me go back to presenting. Okay, here is the link to the hour of code, if anyone is interested. All right, let's get back to where we need to be. Are you seeing this full screen? Anyone?
Yes, we are.
Thank you. So our goal is that you will be able to recognize and create programming patterns with variables as part of developing a functioning app. For our review, there are two different ways. What are two different ways to use variables? These were highlighted before, and I want to know, what do we call this first one? Var space my var equals 0. We're declaring our variable here. Var space my var creates the variable my var. We have an on event, and in here is my var, the variable, equals my var plus 1. Can anyone sing out or tell me in the chat what this kind of variable pattern is called? I'll call on someone with my fabulous app if no one is brave. Anybody, do you remember what this pattern is called? My var equals my var plus 1. Okay. Eric Chen, what do you think this pattern is called? In an on event, my var equals my var plus 1, or my var equals my var minus 1. These are what kind of patterns? Eric? Don't worry if you don't know. This is all difficult stuff. Let me try someone else. Colin Chaudhuri, can you tell me what these patterns are called? When it's my var plus 1 or my var minus 1, we are creating a variable what pattern? It's not a local variable. We're going to get to that. Brilliant, Nicole. We are not, there is no var in here. It's just my var. It's the variable equals the variable plus 1. This is a counting pattern. It's counting up by 1 or it's counting down by 1. Just like our thermostat. Hit plus, it goes up 1. Hit down, it goes down 1. If I wanted to change it to count by 2s, all I do is change +1 to +2, and it's going to count by 2s. All right? This is our new word, my fabulous word in our warm-up. Does anyone remember it? So we create a variable, my string, which equals rock. We create another variable, my other string, which is roll. Now we create variable my story, which equals the variable my string plus, in quotation marks, space, and then plus another variable, my other string. Can anyone tell me what we call these, not equations, they are variable phrases, when we're using the plus operator? It's not really a mathematical operation. It's not, yes, Jesse says concatenation. It is with an E. We had a little debate over that last time. But so here they are. Counter pattern with event. So we have a counter pattern. We're clicking, is the event. And our counting pattern is my var equals my var plus 1. Your variable equals your variable plus 1 when it clicks. So every click is just going to add 1. So it's 70, 71, 72, and that. Then going back to that same thermostat app, right? The black one with we could raise the temperature and lower the temperature. How did we make our temperature have an F after it? Not just an F, space F, because we had to take that space out as one of the challenges. It's going to be a string. It's going to be like and. It's going to be in quotation marks, have a space before it, and then whatever text we need. But this is a variable being concatenated with the word and another variable. And it's going to read rock and roll, right? Okay. What is wrong with this code? Nicole Karaoke.
I'm not sure.
Oh, you certainly are. You identified it just 2 seconds ago.
Oh, is it a local variable?
Ah, why is it a local variable? What's going on here?
Because it's inside an on event.
Right, you are. I knew I could get you to help me out. Okay, what is happening here? I will explain it first and then we'll read the code definition. We create the variable count, right? Var space count, the top of our program. We always create our variables at the top. But then in the on event, var space count is being created again. So when we use our counting pattern, we are not creating a variable in here. I don't need var. If I wanted to correct this, I'd go into text mode and I would just delete var so that my counting system is the variable equals the variable plus 1, right? So our variable count plus 1. When I create a variable inside an on event, var space count, I am creating what is called a local variable. This variable only works inside this on event. So var count is totally different than the var count in here. I can change this number to 64 and nothing is going to change in here. Why do you need to know this? Let me just go through the words. There are actually 2 variables here, one local and one global. They're both named count. Changing the value on one will have no impact on the other. This can cause unexpected behavior in your code. It can be tricky to debug. Avoid these issues by making sure that you're not using VAR, the command to create a variable, inside of an on event or a function. If you run into a tricky debugging problem, if you're beating your head against a wall and you can't figure out why is my program so wonky, think it could be because you created a local variable. These are the most difficult thing to debug because you don't see it and the program is just acting weird, all right? So what we're doing today, right now, we are going to spend 3 minutes. Open up your code.org. You're going to go to Unit 4, Lesson 4, and we're going to look at Circle 2. It is the Photo Liker app. You're just going to spend 3 minutes looking at this app, playing with it, and then we're going to go over our classic questions. So try all the buttons and add a comment to the picture. What does this app do? What are the inputs? What are the outputs? I'm not going to ask what's one piece of information that might be being stored in this variable. I am going to ask you what 3 pieces of information are being stored. What 3 variables are you going to need to create for this app? All right. Then we're going to get into actually having to do this. All right. So take 3 minutes right now. We'll come back at 2 o'clock.
What lesson is it?
Unit 4, Lesson 4, Circle 2. Let me know if anyone's having trouble getting into Unit 4 or anything like that. This is what you should be looking at. It should be Lesson 4, Variables Make, Circle 2, the Photo Liker app. Okay, let's talk about this. You're going to spend, today working on this app so that you'll have time to look at it more. I will use my fabulous spinner and we will ask somebody, Mr. Tyler Kwong, what does this app do?
It's like a liking app. So you just like it, you can comment on it.
Okay, so what are the inputs for it?
You press the button on the like or dislike.
So you've got a like and a dislike, and what else?
You can comment on it and then press the comment button and it'll show as a comment.
Okay, so what are the outputs?
It'll show as a comment and then it shows how many likes or dislikes it has.
Right. So it is. So what are the 3 variables that we're going to need to make that are storing information and are tracking it?
The counting one.
Well, I think everything's going to be counting in some way or another. But just more simply, what's the first thing that we're gonna track?
The likes.
Okay. What's the second thing we're going to track?
The comments.
No, dislikes.
Oh, dislikes.
Everybody always forgets that there's got to be a dislike. They're like, it's like likes is going to have plus and minus likes. And it's like, no, we don't subtract likes. We have dislikes. You need a second button for that. So, and then what's the third piece of information that we're going to need to be working with?
The comments.
The comments. All right. So that is great. That really sets us up to understand what are the basic, building blocks that we're going to be working with in this app. All right. So let me get in here. So you need to get your activity guide. This is in the module. If you have your presentation open for some reason, you can get, click it here. This is what the activity guide looks like. It has the rubric down here at the end. You'll see at the end, I say, read the rubric. All you need to get a perfect score on your app is what is in this column. All I do to grade your apps is just look at your app and go down that column. Are your on events defined for all required buttons? Variables are defined to store the amount of likes and comments. Variables are named in a clear and understandable way. All necessary variables are updated. Like I say, it's very straightforward, but make sure you understand what you're being asked for so that you put it all in your app, all right? We're gonna go into breakout rooms of 2 and 3 like last time. You make your own app, but your room and your partners can work together as a team collaboratively. What I want you to be doing, and I'm gonna come and check. I had trouble with the last class doing this, but it really helps. When you're in your breakout rooms, have your best coder share their screen so that everyone in the breakout room can see them doing their coding and can copy it or ask questions and understand what they're supposed to be doing. You guys are supposed to be a team helping each other. I can't tell you how many rooms I went into that were just black with everyone's mic muted. You can't talk to each other. You can't ask questions unless you're unmuted. Ideally, turn on your cameras. But this is a team activity. You all need to build your app and do your guide, but you can help each other. So please, like the Marines, don't leave a man on the field. Pull him with you. Okay, I have a couple quick pieces of advice. One, I would go to last class's module, open up the section that says videos for U4L3. Turn on the video for number 11. That is the last circle that had an app. It's the theater ticket picker app. That app is creating buttons using variable counting and variable string concatenation. It is not this app, but what it is doing is very similar. So when you don't understand how to do what you're supposed to do, this is the first time you are what we call facing the blank screen. There is no coding in there for you to start with. So first off, what's the first thing we always put in our apps when we're working with variables? Can someone sing out? What's the first thing you put in your program when you're working with variables? Anyone?
On event.
Not the on event. That is not the first thing. Okay, but good
The
guess.
variables.
The variables, correct. That is exactly what I'm looking for. You always create your, oh, there's Harold. You always create your variables at the start, okay? So you do that. And the other thing I am gonna quickly show you, hang on, let me just stop sharing, is how to get your button IDs, okay? Hang on. When I am in here looking at this app, when the app is off, what I put my mouse over is going to tell me the ID of the button. See here, ID down button, ID up button, ID like count is the name of this text box. this text box, all comment. This is comment button. This is new comment. Okay, that's how you do this. This is the cat image. That's how you can identify these. All right. The other trick is I find it very difficult to add my code when the code is already in blocks. So I convert it to text and add my code that way, and then I can turn it back into blocks. All right. That is my 16 words of advice. We are setting up our breakout rooms, and in you go. Any questions? Harold, why don't you stay for a moment when everyone goes in? I'll just go over where we are and what we're doing. All right. Here we go. In you go. Share your screens. Let me make sure that that is activated. Yes, it is. Okay, any questions, problems? Eric, Peter, can I help you? Eric Chen, Peter Wang? Eric, Peter, Noah, can I help you? Peter. All right, we're not going to worry about him. Help. Now we've got, all right. So Harold, let me quickly present. How are you? Harold.
Well, I'm doing okay today.
Okay, let me just quickly get you up to speed. Okay. We are in Unit 4, Lesson 4. All right.
Yeah.
So what we're doing today is we're going to do a quick review of variables practice, and then we're going to make an app in variables make, and that's going to be due next Tuesday. All right. Classic interims are coming on the 15th. Get anything you can in by tomorrow. There will be a quiz on Monday. Okay. Just three questions. There's an after school session today if you need help. Let me put that in the chat for you. Okay. I'm going to be at this. If you need help with your, we knocked out your
I was just
Unit
wondering
3 app, so that's great. If you
about
need help with this.
Like about the app, like where do I exactly turn the thing in?
Turn which thing in?
The what do you call it? The app.
The app itself, don't worry. I look at it in code.org.
Oh, okay.
Technically in level 10, there is a submit button. I'll show you something like that. Just hang on. I got to get through this because I have somebody asking for my help.
Okay.
So what we're doing today, let me just switch over to here. This is the idea that there are two patterns that we're going to be working with today with variables. The counter pattern is var, you create a variable, you create my var, it's equal to 0.
Mm-hmm.
Then I use my var in my on event.
Yeah.
Equals my var plus 1, or it can be my var minus 1. That counts up by ones, that counts down by ones. Just like that thermostat app, right?
Yep.
So this is a counter pattern, it's counting, a counter pattern with event. The event is the click, right? Every time we click, it's going to add 1 to whatever we're counting.
Mm-hmm.
The variable with string concatenation, that's our new word. Concatenation is about the plus sign, okay? The plus sign, when you're adding a variable and a string and a number, is not really a mathematical operator. It is not technically adding these two together. It's just allowing them to come together. So instead of calling this my string plus, we say it my string concatenates with and concatenates with my other. Not very elegant, but what we are doing here is variable with string concatenation. So we're adding a variable and a string together, and that is called concatenation. All right, so rock and roll, we add rock plus parentheses, space, and space, parentheses, roll. So that is how we get rock and roll with a space between rock and the and the roll. That space has to be in here in the parentheses. I mean, not the quotation marks.
Yeah.
Remember how we took the space out of the F so that it was right beside the 70? You have to create those spaces. Okay, this is just something to watch out for. This looks similar to your counting pattern, but can you tell me what the problem is? We're creating the variable twice. And worse than that, we're creating the variable inside an on event, okay? There are actually two variables here, one local and one global. They're both named count. A variable created outside of an on event is called a global variable. It applies to everything except what's inside the on events. When you create a variable, see the VAR in here? This should just be count equals count plus 1. Variable equals variable plus 1. The VAR does not belong there. When I do that, it is creating a new variable that is totally different than the global variable count. And the problem is that makes your program go wonky in ways you can't figure out. So changing the value on, so they're both named count. Changing the value on one will have no impact on the other. This can cause unexpected behavior in your code and can be tricky to debug. Avoid these issues by making sure that you're not using VAR, the command to create a variable, inside an on event or function. If you are stuck beating your head against a wall because you can't figure out what's going on with your program, it's so buggy, check if you accidentally created a local variable, because that is the most difficult thing to figure out. All right, now what you're going to do, you're going into Unit 4, Lesson 4, Circle 2 to look at the Photo Liker app. Since you're already late, let me go over. What does the app do? It tracks likes and dislikes and comments. What are the inputs? There is a like button, there is a dislike button, there is a comment button. When you click those buttons, you get your comment prints, your number of likes increases, or your number of dislikes increases. So there are 3 variables that you're working with that are storing information: likes, dislikes, and comments. All right, you're going to need to go in. I'm going to put you in a breakout room so that you have some people you can talk to. Ideally, your best coder is going to have their code up on the screen sharing with you.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
I came back from my breakout room. We are not allowed to screen share, by the way.
Oh, hang on. All right. You should be. I swear I said it. Hang on. Let me.
No, it says you cannot. Oh, well, I'm getting a
worry.
different one, but it says
I understand.
it.
Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
all
it's
participants are allowed to screen share.
okay. Thank you.
If you're having trouble, that's just a glitch or something.
Okay.
And I'm sorry I couldn't. I've got someone who came in late, and I'm just getting him up to speed.
I understand.
I apologize, Alex.
Yeah.
No worries.
No. Okay. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but so you're going to go into a breakout room and you're going to make your own app, but like before, your partners in your room can work together as a team collaboratively. You will each submit your own version of your guide and app. Use the activity guide. You need the activity guide that's in the module, or if you've got the presentation, it's right here. Make a copy of it so you can write in it, but you need this. To plan out your code, include the event handlers and variables you'll need to create. Step 3 is include steps you can follow to build the app, and you can use your own process if you'd like to. This is the rubric of what needs to be in your app, but it's basically you are trying to duplicate the photo liker. All right? Does that make sense, Harold?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna send you in there, baby.
So
All
like
right, let me get my breakout rooms. Yeah, the
on
only,
event.
I'm worried that I don't know.
I have gone into my breakout room and it only lets certain people share. For say
Well,
Harold.
let's
well,
hope that that's the person who's a good
And-
coder.
Well, I
There's
was.
nothing I can do about this, Alex. I
Uh,
cannot change your technology. I'm guessing it's a Chromebook thing.
Button click.
I would think so. I have no
Yeah.
idea. It's just confusing.
No, this is nobody else has complained about this, so I don't know what's going on.
Me either. I don't know.
I
Oh
hear you.
well. Guess
Don't
I'll
worry.
just.
Let me get done with this and I'll come visit. All right.
All right. Thank you.
You got it.
All right.
Hang on. I can't get you into a room is my problem. How do I do this?
So when you click the up button, it should.
Okay. So yeah, my other big piece of advice is go to the U4L3 videos and look at video number 11, video of level 11. That has buttons that are made with variable counting and string concatenation. I can't get you into a breakout room, so I'm gonna have to look on the backside and see if there's a way that I can do this. Let me,
Down button click.
yeah, I can't figure it out. All right, so you're gonna be stuck and I will try and rearrange the, well, we're not gonna have it next time, so I don't think we'll have a
What have I done?
problem.
Yeah.
So you can ask me if you're having trouble.
Okay.
Hang on, I've got to go visiting though, because. Okay, so Harold, last thing I'm going to show you is just this idea that if you open up this U4L3 Circle 11 video,
Mhm.
this is what a button looks like that is using variable counting plus variable string concatenation.
Mhm.
So this is a good guide. It's not exactly what you need, but it should help you if you get stuck. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm off to the breakout rooms. Where is my friend? Oh my gosh. It's not Nicole.
Yeah, I have no one in my group.
I know. I'm just moving you. I'm sorry I had someone come in late. Who do you like better? Benjamin Schur and Peter Wang or Eric Chen and Miranda Hill?
Eric Chen and Miranda Hill.
Okay. I'm sending you to them. All right.
Okay.
Move to.
Mr. Swift. Mr. Swift,
I'm sorry, I'm muted.
is there a video I can watch on this? I'm a bit confused.
Is there what?
A video?
Yes, that's what I'm just, if you were in your breakout room, you'd see my message. I've told everyone 3 times, you want to go into last class's module. Okay, you want me to show you? Here, let me just
Yeah.
quickly show you. All right, hang on. I want to go to modules. Okay, so here we are. Video links explaining all of levels U4, L3. Go in
Okay.
here, go down to 11, all right? Turn
Okay.
this on and go to about a minute in.
Okay.
So
Let's see. So
here,
we need our child button to work.
okay, so what I'm saying, what's gonna help you is right here at about 116. This top button, this adult button works. This is a working button using an on event with variable counting and string concatenation. This is how they're setting up the $sign, which is just printed, and the variable dollars, which is going to change. So all our buttons are going to be very similar to this, right? They're not going to be exactly the same, but this is a great example of what a button using variable counting and string concatenation looks like. All right?
Yeah, so
Equals tickets plus 1. So that's easy enough. We don't need var, just like we saw in the last
Oh,
puzzle.
come on,
We're going
stop.
to use tickets equals tickets plus.
I have
We don't need var because
in the
tickets is
wrong
already
place.
declared. Okay, so now I just
Go
added 1 to
away.
my ticket if they click that button. What's our next step? Oh, well,
Stop.
yeah, we want to increase the dollar amount.
Phew. All right.
I
Oh,
have
now I've got to let everyone in. Class is over.
okay.
Okay, I think everyone is back. Don't forget to check the rubric. Hang on, let me make sure. No, my participants are not back. I'm sorry. No, they're still working away. Okay, basically class is over. If you need to go, I will just summarize for the people who are coming out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, everyone's out. Class is over. Check your rubric to make sure that you have all the elements you need in your app before you hit submit. That is it. We've done a great job today. Come to the help session if you need help with the U3 app or the U4 app.
Thank you.
Chat right now for anyone who double needs it.
Have a good weekend.
Find the chat. Thank you. There it is. It's still in. Oh no, it's gone away. This is the help session. Please come if you need help. 2:50 to 3:30 today. Anybody else? You are free to go. Questions? Eric, Harold? Eric? Harold, crazy question for you. How did you get into that breakout room? I don't know how to assign you to a breakout room when you come out late and just somehow you were already in there. Do you have any idea? Harold? Hello.